Hey Ryan, Jim Thomas here. You've had a few days, obviously, to maybe think about this and ponder this, but wanted to ask you, one, does something like this, does it sting for a while? Does it take more than a couple of days for it to kind of start to feel better? And two, again, with a few days removed, why do you think it didn't click for the team up there?
Yeah, it's different, obviously, in the sense that when you end a season and such, I didn't come home with the team, and you're just kind of right away you're back at home, and it just feels like you're right into the summer. But you turn on the TV and you see the hockey highlights, and it's just yeah, it's frustrating. We think we had the pieces, and we could have done better. It's disappointing. It's disappointing for sure, and we didn't come in with, I think, the fire and the discipline right away, and it obviously hurt us. But yeah, it's definitely something tough to sit with. But yeah, it is what it is.
Does it stoke your hunger even more so for next season?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I think it wasn't. We weren't even close this year. And we did so. We had a good season. Did well. Who knows? Who knows what happened if it was able just to continue from there. But still, there's so many unknowns that we didn't really prepare for, and it was just we're kind of going too many different directions right away. So it's frustrating, but we know that it's there. We know we can have success, and it's time to get back to work and obviously take this time and recover and heal up. Obviously, a lot of injuries that we had. That it'd be nice to get guys healthy again and start preparing for next year.
Ryan Petro was just on with us a little bit ago, and he was talking about how you guys were trending in the right direction before the pause and felt like maybe you were getting back to where you needed to be, where you were last year heading into the postseason. Do you feel like just the pause really did kind of stunt what you guys were doing, and surprised maybe you weren't able to get that back?
Yeah, I think I think it was going very well for us. We're starting to find our game. We're getting more consistent with it, and then obviously the break happens, and um, yeah, just we didn't. I would say it's teams I think did a better job, but they when you're competing for that playoff spot right away, I think they training camp you're probably just mentally you're more engaged right away than us per se, where it was like we've got 3 games to kind of tune up and find it, and it's just I guess it's a mental preparation thing that I don't think we had enough of. We just didn't have enough of that kind of come in, and no matter who we're playing against, be disciplined within our structure and commit to all these little things that we normally do. And it just kind of, you can see in playoffs once it goes on, one little play can make a huge difference. And it just didn't go our way.
Ryan, I would assume that that's one of the things that you said that you just weren't prepared for. What are some of the other things that you don't think the unknowns that the team wasn't prepared for?
Yeah, just it's a completely different. We knew it was going to be very different, and a lot of unexpected little things are going to happen. Every team's going to be, healthy and such coming into it. But just kind of the way, playing without a fans, that's, a big thing that, you have to find a way to kind of have that drive and be able to change momentum from within and, within our own locker room or on the bench there. It's a very different atmosphere to play in. And, I think our building this year, we were very confident in, the fans were behind us. We were able to kind of, once we got on a team, we were able to apply that pressure and maintain it. And in the bubble there, it was different that way. It was hard to gain momentum back. It was hard to, I think we didn't have as much of a threat as we normally did, but still, it's a learning process for us all. It happened. There's lessons to be learned for sure.
Ryan, we had Jordan Binnington on here earlier, and he obviously said he expected better of himself. But you guys have seen him just be so good, since you've been with the team. Was it surprising to kind of see him struggle like that?
I know I don't really, if I look at the first few games we played, not in the playoffs, but just that regular, the playoff seeding games. He was incredible. He came in, he was ready to go, and we had an opportunity there that if we would have played better in front of him, we could have, been able to give him some confidence. But we kind of hung him out to dry, and it's tough. And it's tough for goalies like that when we don't play our style, and we kind of got away with it and relied on him too much there early, and then eventually it took us too long for a game to catch up. And it's tough for a goalie when it's not there for in front of you. And Binner's hands down. He's one, if not the best goalie in the league. And just during this whole playoff thing, we didn't perform well enough in front of him. So it's disappointing. He's both goalies I thought were outstanding. That was one of the things that made us so good, is because we have Binner and Jake that can step in. It's definitely something that would have helped us go the distance.
Ryan, not asking you to play GM here. Obviously, that's going to be up to management and Army and whatnot. But if from your perspective, if there's some boxes that you would check off as far as why you would want and like to have Petro back as a teammate next year, what would they be?
Oh gosh, yeah, it's tough to say. It's when it comes down to it, the game, it is a business and structure, and what he's done for this organization and everything is it's astronomical. And he's our captain. There's no other way to put it. We need we're a better team when he's there. He's our leader. The stuff that he does on the ice in the room, it just he does everything. Does everything for us. And I don't want to say too much on it, because it is a business, and it's got to work itself out. But I think every guy in that room, myself included, we want Petro to stay our leader and stay here. But it's obviously a lot of unknowns, and we'll see it play out.
Right. On that theme, Ryan, and you've been around in the league obviously for a while. Is this a tough time of year, knowing when that season ends that entire group will not be back, and that you'll have you'll have some faces that have become dear friends that'll be gone?
Yeah, it's it was such a quick turnaround when you just kind of we planned to go obviously deep and through the whole thing, and then it ends so quickly, and then less than 24 hours later, I'm sitting at home, my summer home, and it's just weird. Like you don't, it's kind of sad when you think about it, and you don't know what changes are going to happen. There's so many unknowns, but you don't really get that normal time to kind of, be together a few days at the end of the year and kind of say goodbye to each other and hope kind of stay together. So it was very weird that way.
So you're up in Canada, and these first few days, do you kind of just don't know what to do with yourself?
Yeah, it's obviously very nice to be able to see my kids and help out and see them. They definitely, they keep me busy for sure. But when you turn on the TV at night and you see the hockey going on, you see the guys there, it's disappointing that way. You want to, that's what we planned to do, and we didn't live up to it. But it's just definitely nice to see the kids though.
And what was your homecoming like, seeing the kids after being away for a month?
It was hilarious. My little guy had made a sign, and he'll be 3 in December, so it wasn't most legible sign, but he was so pumped about it, and he had it up on the deck waiting for me as I came in, and he was kind of freaking out. So it was an amazing thing for all the kind of the disappointment of the bubble and all that, to be able to come home to that. It's you can't beat it.
What did the sign say?
It was a lot of scribbles. There wasn't really much. Wife had to help out and put in a little "Welcome home, Daddy," but that was about, about it. But it was great.
Ryan, I wanted to ask you off topic. I talked to a friend of yours, Alan Boynton, about a charity you're involved with, the Spend a Day with Ryan O'Reilly, and does it look like that's going to happen sometime soon? And why did you get involved with that?
Well, yeah, Alan's been a dear friend that I've been working with for a while, and I kind of approached him with this idea, kind of to help raise money and help out, kind of like our areas back here, which I think need a lot of help. And yeah, it was kind of an idea that he had came to me is, we could make some good money off it, and it's an opportunity to meet some new people, and whether it's fans or not, it's always fun. So it was just kind of a great idea that he had that, hopefully, I think it will, hopefully once things kind of get back to normal, we'll be able to do it, and it'll be fun, whether it's dinner or just hanging out for a while. It'll be a cool experience though.
Ryan, where do you feel like this team's window is at right now? And, Jim touched on it earlier about there's probably going to be some changes. It's pretty much inevitable, but do you still feel like the window is there for you guys? And will there be a greater hunger going into next year, considering the way it ended this year?
Oh yeah, I think we're very close. There's not a team that I look at that's still alive right now that, we couldn't beat. I think you kind of see once we got into it, we were kind of missing that, we're missing some key veteran players. Obviously, the guys like J-Bo, Steiner, Vladdy, you put those guys back in the lineup, and just, just their presence alone does so much for our group. So you can tell we kind of missed that, but we do have some great depth, and you can see the growth coming from different guys that, it's not a huge change for us. There's some tweaks and definitely some improvements, and we have to really get focused and back and focused on the work and such. But yeah, we're very close. There's not. I feel we can contend again right away next year, and that's the plan. I think we've got a great depth, and I'm excited for it.
Ryan, what's your off season? I'll go, Jim. Ryan, what's your off season going to be like? It's not all that long until the season. If it's on schedule, the camps would open again. How are you going to approach it?
Yeah, it's kind of weird the way this was to kind of have that time off and then completely gear up again for playoff hockey, and then now we're off again, and it's kind of same thing. I'll have definitely a wind down. I think it's great to kind of stay off the ice for a little while and just kind of get that hunger back. But yeah, I think in I guess probably a couple weeks that will start to ramp it back up again and slowly start chipping away. But yeah, I'll be in Canada for pretty much the entire part until we have further details. But yeah, it's not as much time as I'd normally take off, but it's definitely just a little bit to kind of spend time with the family and such.
Can you put into words what these 2 seasons have been like for you in St. Louis? I mean, just crazy stuff, from winning the Cup, the Conn Smythe, and then everything that happened with you guys, all that series of celebrations, White House visit, what happened to Jay, the pause, and then everything. It's been a wild ride for you, hasn't it?
Oh gosh, yeah. It's probably been the most eventful thing I've been a part of, and yeah, the ups and downs of it have been just so immense. But yeah, it's been great. I think it changed obviously my hockey, my hockey outlook for sure. My career, I guess. Being able to be a part of this team and be a part of a winning culture and really have that feeling, like this year again, that, we could win. And that's something I haven't had in a very long time. So to be able to get that back in, I think rejuvenates myself and to know that there's opportunities to prove you're the best team again, that, I don't know, it's just, that kind of excites like the kid in myself, when you grow up and you pretend and you dream of winning a Stanley Cup, and when I actually see you have the teams for it, and to be a part of it and be a part of these games that are, there's so much pressure and intensity, there's nothing like it. So it's, obviously there's been some some downs along the way and some unfortunate things, but still it's been the most fun I've ever had playing hockey. And, we're still, like I said before, we've got a great team again, and our plan is to win again.
Could you ever imagine that you would dress up as French toast for Halloween?
Never. I think, definitely met some amazing people and teammates through the years that definitely been so special, be lifelong friends. And I never would have expected it to be French toast for Halloween.
Does losing a playoff series as a defending Stanley Cup champ feel different from losing a playoff series in other years for you?
I think, the only time I've ever won playoff series was last year. And so it's, I think there's more of the hockey world kind of expecting more from us, expecting that we'd maybe win and be closer. You kind of feel that there's kind of maybe that pressure, and sometimes, you kind of get wrapped up in it and not realize that every year is kind of different. And especially this year with everything going on, that, we have to find a different way. And there's still staples and structural things that you have to have, but still it's, teams, we didn't surprise anyone. That first round, no matter who we faced, they were going to come out flying, and we kind of took too long to respond. So it's, it's tough, it's just knowing how good we can be. To be at home already it's disappointing, but again, it's over, and it's time to start getting ready for next year.
You alluded to Jay Bouwmeester earlier. How much did you guys miss Bouwmeester, and what did you learn about him as maybe a player and a person?
Obviously, Bo, he keeps, he's not the most chatty guy, but, his presence alone in the room and on the ice just, it seems like nothing gets to him. When he does say something, it's just the way it kind of captivates a room and the way people listen. It was definitely missed. He was a huge person that, helped build the core of this team and, built it to what it is now. And he was definitely missed throughout this whole run. And it's tough. It's, but the main thing is that he's healthy and with his family and such, and such an amazing guy that you just learn a lot of. He's the ultimate pro, and definitely missed.